A modern parable of love, fear, and faith. If helping a stranger would cost you everything, your time, your money, your reputation, would you still stop? What if it interrupted your business or brought police drama? This happened in Lagos, but it could happen to you. The incident. It was just after 6 a.m. Chuka Okafor, a 25-year-old logistics writer, was en route to make an early delivery. But before he could get to the busy Third Mainland Bridge, 3 attackers dragged him off his bike. They stabbed him, took his bag, his phone, left him bleeding on the roadside. Alone, broken, helpless. He tried to lift his hand to wave down a car. No one stopped. He looked up at the orange Lagos sky and whispered, "God help me. Don't let me die here." The pastor. Minutes later, a black SUV slowed down. Inside sat Pastor Thomas, a respected preacher on his way to a high-profile minister's breakfast meeting in Lekki. He saw the man on the ground, blood, barely conscious. He reached for his door handle, then hesitated. His eyes darted to the time. He had just under an hour left. God, someone else will help him. I cannot miss this opportunity. Important dignitaries will be in this meeting. I must honor this invitation. He exhaled slowly, tightened his grip on the steering wheel, and drove away. The church group. Not long after, a minibus approached. It was filled with young adults returning from an all-night vigil. They saw Chuka and froze. "Jesus!" someone gasped. Ada wanted to stop. Kemi feared it was a setup. Aide got out, moved by compassion, and checked his wallet. Nothing, except his tithe envelope, 10% of his income, sealed and holy. He said, "The tithe is to be paid in the church. If I use it to help this dying man, I will not stand in the church on Sunday as a good member and a tither." He looked at the man, then the envelope. "Lord, if I use this on a stranger, what will I tell my pastor? It will not still count before you." Instead of helping him, Aide stood beside Chuka, prayed for him, and walked away. A couple on a business trip. Just a little while later, a Toyota Corolla slowed briefly beside Chuka. Inside was a married couple, Ifeanyi, and his Yoruba wife, Tolu, a marketing executive. They were running late for a meeting on the island. Ifeanyi saw Chuka and drove past. "Darling, did you see that man? He's hurt." "I saw him," Ifeanyi said, tightening his grip on the steering wheel. "But I can't stop. This is Lagos. If we touch him and something goes wrong, we could be arrested." Tolu paused, then said firmly, "Then let's help smartly, not foolishly. We don't have to be reckless." Tolu's wise plan. Tolu leaned forward with clarity and grace. "Look, he's still breathing. Let's stop just ahead. We'll stay in public view. We won't touch him. We'll call 112, get help involved, and we'll ask a commercial driver, maybe a BRT or Keketo assistant transport. We can even record the process for our own safety. But we cannot just drive away." Ifeanyi pulled over reluctantly. They walked back with caution. Tolu waved down a nearby BRT driver, explained the emergency, and offered to pay for transporting the wounded man to Bariga General Hospital. The driver hesitated, then agreed after seeing the couple's concern. With help from nearby onlookers, Chuka was lifted into the bus. The couple followed behind the BRT in their car, ready to support if needed without direct contact. Arrival at the hospital. At Bariga General Hospital, the BRT arrived. Nurses rushed out. Tolu presented the video footage, gave a brief written report, and handed over 50,000 for emergency admission and treatment. When asked for her name, she said, "Tolu, that's all you need." Then she and her husband quietly left. No selfies, no interviews. Just 2 people who saw a life worth saving. You to Chuka's recovery. That evening, Chuka stirred in his hospital bed. Bandaged, alive, confused. He looked around weakly. "Who brought me here?" A nurse smiled. "A couple found you. They didn't give full names, but they paid for everything." Beside him was a handwritten note. "We saw you. We couldn't walk away. Heal well. Live fully." Who was the neighbor? Was it the pastor, rushing to speak about compassion? Or the church group, full of worship and sealed envelopes? Or the couple late for a business meeting who chose wisdom and mercy? In the city of watchers, they became the helpers. Lessons from the Lagos Samaritan, couple version. 1. Helping doesn't always require heroism, just intention and wisdom. Tolu and Ifeanyi didn't act recklessly. They acted righteously and responsibly. 2. Faith without love is empty. A tithe withheld from mercy becomes just sealed paper. Safe ways to be a good Samaritan in Nigeria. Secure your own safety. Don't stop in total isolation. Use public view or gather witnesses when intervening. Call 112 or 767 First Lit officials know. Avoid physical contact if alone. Let others assist. Use commercial public transport when possible, like BRTs or keke. Document short video for your protection. Give only the info you're comfortable sharing. Prayer. Lord, help me not to drive past broken people. Give me courage to act and wisdom to do it safely. Make me the kind of helper who reflects your love, even in a world full of fear. In Jesus' name, Amen. The one who helped was not the holiest, just the one who stopped. Luke 10 verse 37. Go and do likewise.
Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please comment, like, and share.